Presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Fanuc America, the leading supplier of robotics, CNCs, and factory automation. State Champs, also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Greetings, Indiana. Are you ready for another basket of boundless high school sports highlights and stories from the Hoosier State? Well then welcome. We're here to serve you. This is State Champs presented by Lawrence Technological University. I'm Kiara Hay.
And I'm Lauren Plant. She did not misspeak. We've got a banquet of games from sports like girls golf, volleyball, boys soccer, and a double shot of girls soccer. We've got a veritable feast of football highlights this week. Our crews deployed to towns like Tipton, Pendleton, and Warren to feature a matchup between two of the best teams in the state right now.
I go in focus on a living legend, Bud Wright. He has coached high school football for over 50 years.
Truly amazing. Let's start the show with selected action from in and around the Circle City.
We begin with an Indiana Crossroads Conference fight. Class 2A Friday Night Football, Triton Central hosting the Hornets of Beech Grove. Tigers trying to rebound from a loss last week to the conference leaders Indianapolis Scecina Memorial started off solid. Keaton Kermode busts up the gut and is gone. Miss PAT, TCT up 6-zip. But two can play at that game. Beech Grove beat Cardinal Ritter in Week 7. Jordan Reel hands off to Therese Pope and he explodes to the paint. Hornets the lead by a penny. BG then made a big play on defense. Tigers senior QB Aaron Steele with the quick out, but picked off by Sergio Hulse. He will take it to the house. Hornets opened up an 18-6 lead at halftime. But Triton Central was able to chip away at the deficit. We move all the way to the fourth. Kicker Mitch Kleeman made it an 18-16 game. And the comeback would be complete right here. Final seconds of the game. Eric Heboff was stopped at the line, so they line up again. And this time, the sophomore sneaks into the end zone. Ball game. Triton Central with a last-second victory over Beech Grove, 23-18 the final. More football coming your way, and another thriller. We head to the Hoosier East Conference where the Western Panthers looking for a W, but they had to beat an unbeaten Tipton team on the road who were rocked and ready for the challenge. Panthers would draw first blood. Freshman quarterback Jet Angle gives to the senior Kitchell Gifford. Good blocking, and he breaks one himself. Pardon the pun, but he turns on the Jets. Panthers on the board first. The Blue Devils would respond in the second. Senior KJ Rodebush hands to fellow senior Peyton Carter, and he'll score. We were tied at 7-all. Late in the second quarter now, and Gifford's number gets called again. Panthers led by a touchdown at the break. Following homecoming king and queen crowning at the half, Tipton given more for the home faithful to cheer about. Rodebush calls his own number, and he will bulldoze his way into the end zone. This game was again tied, this time at 14. Later, Blue Devils found themselves knocking on the door again. Rodebush again across the goal line. Blue Devils take the lead. In the third, the Panthers prowling, and guess who? It's Gifford again around the edge, plowing his way for his third score of the night. We were once again locked at 21. Final moments of the contest. Tipton can win it right here with a field goal. Senior kicker Nathan Slack, cool and collected, soars this one through the uprights, and Tipton edges Western 24-21 the final. Blue Devils a perfect 8-0. How about them Blue Devils?
We head over to Pendleton Heights for some Class 4A ball in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. The Arabians will look to contend with the visiting conference foes, the Tigers of Yorktown. Scoreless after one. Senior QB Christian Conkling, under center, pitches to running back Camden Early on the sweep, and they jump out on the board 6-0 in the second. Clock still ticking in the first half. Heights with the ball again. Conkling drops and connects with fellow senior Eli Pancole for the score. 2-point was good. 14-0 Arabians lead. Yorktown trying to cut into the Heights lead. Junior QB Reed Neal lifts one off to Millen McCowan, connecting in stride. Tuggers get on the board, miss extra point. Arabians lead 14-6. But Heights kept putting points on the board. Conkling finds Pancole again. Look at the spin move. He would get his second TD of the night. The Tigers unable to come back in this one as Pendleton Heights beats Yorktown 35-14, the final.
It's time now to tee it high and let it fly as we head to Prairie View Golf Course in Carmel for the IHSAA State Finals in girls golf. Zionville's Annabelle Pancake, favored as one of the top golfers in the state, would maintain under pressure. Par 3, Pancake with excellent placement to the left of the cup, she would attempt the birdie. Just outside the ring, so close, Pancake making her par look easy as Zionville would come in a close second at 6-12 on the day. Next up, Evansville North, making the long trip to compete, would not turn away empty-handed. North's number 1, Caitlin Skinner, off the fairway, striving for that state title, would not let up. Dropping on the green, the Huskies looking strong with the close. Skinner would finish strong just to the left of the cup. Caitlin, looking for the title, sinks the putt, and the pride of the Pocket City, Evansville North, making their 8th straight appearance at state, and will come out on top today with a score of 605, the second best two-day golf score in tournament history. The Huskies taking home the trophy and state championship.
Do you like what you see here on State Champs and think, I'd like to do that? Maybe it's film or commercials that fascinate you. I'll admit it, production is my passion. Maybe it's yours too. A degree in media communications might be your ticket to this fascinating life. Lawrence Tech would like to be the vehicle that gets you there.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. With over 100 degree programs, including graduate and doctoral offered at LTU, their one common theme is the focus on theory and practice, the art of learning through classroom and hands-on training. In a world where everyone and everything is digitally connected like never before, the graduates who will be valued most are those who can think critically and communicate effectively. Lawrence Tech's Media Communication program has been specifically designed to address these requirements. A degree in Media Communications prepares students to be cross-trained in journalism, broadcasting, production, and public relations.
The opportunities are endless. There's clubs like Blue Devil Broadcasting that's student run, and we do stuff with social media, videos about campus, about the sports teams.
If you see yourself studying media communications in the future, consider enrolling at Lawrence Technological University. For more information on the degree programs offered at LTU, head over to the website, ltu.edu today.
We want to take a moment and thank you, Indiana, for embracing us here at State Champs. We know that there are so many of you who love high school sports like we do, and we're looking to continue to grow our team. We have a need for an on-camera reporter and a journalist right now. So if you feel that you're a great storyteller, we'd love to hear from you. Please contact our Midwest producer, Todd Young, and his email address is on the bottom of your screen. Or simply go to our contact page on our website, statechampsnetwork.com. And while you're there, check out our exclusive Indiana content, including the Rundown video blog with Scott Bernstein. State Champs will be right back.
I want to be a dermatologist, and though a lot of universities tried to recruit me for basketball, Lawrence Tech had the science curriculum that I wanted. LTU's Southfield campus is a great place to learn, and the classes are small enough that I don't have to wait for office hours to talk to my professors. They're usually right by my side, challenging me and guiding me toward a successful future. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together with our
customers,
we're driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
You're watching the highlights on State Champs. Woo!
Now to North Central, highlights courtesy of the ISC Sports Network. The Panthers welcomed in the Pike Red Devils. Pike up 6-0 early in the first. Senior QB Liam Thompson with the keeper, and he has reservations for 6. Extra point good, Panthers lead 7-6. More from North Central in this game. Thompson, this time, uses his arm, finding Trayvon Elliott. The senior reels it in for the score. East Central up 14-6. But back comes Pike. Junior QB Jason Graves finds Tyrell Sanders with the deep ball, and the junior stretches for the catch and score. Red Devils down 2. Pike still alive. It's Graves again, launching it to Richard Houston, and the senior reaches pay dirt, but Pike still down by 2 at the break. The Red Devils came out of the locker room scoring quickly. It's the Tyrell Sanders show, showing off on the kickoff, and he could go all the way. Pike up 25-21. Thompson again with the long ball, connecting with his favorite receiver, Elliott. Touchdown Panthers. This game needed overtime to determine a winner. North Central had possession first, getting 3 points, and here, Pike on 4th, looking for the tie. The kick is tipped, and it's wide left. North Central comes out on top, beating Pike 40-37, the final.
We take our tour over to Franklin Community for Sectional 13, Class 3A Girls Soccer. Columbus East taking on Center Grove. But first, let's take a moment out of respect for the hardworking men and women of the IHS AA's officiating crews. These individuals dedicate their time and effort to calling a fair game for all players, teams, and coaches involved and make the game possible. In the first, Trojans with possession, Jostin Reeves says it's as good as time as any for change. The strike from way outside finds its way, 1-0 Trojans. Later in the half, each team fighting fiercely for the ball. Collisions open up the net for Center Grove's Macy Deddy as she sends the 2-0 goal, as Center Grove defeats Columbus East 2-0, the final.
It was senior night at East Central as the girls volleyball team welcomed in the Harrison Wildcats, who crossed into the Hoosier State from Ohio. Both teams have been on fire as of late, but only one can claim the victory. Harrison with the set point after being down 10 earlier in the match. The setup to sophomore Jackie Wickman, and she delivers the goods for the Wildcats as they take the first set. This time, East Central with the set point in the second set, going for the tie. An outstanding rally by both teams. Junior Molly Gregg with the setup to fellow junior Breland McCory. McCory with the kill, and the match now tied at 1 apiece. It was all East Central from hereafter. The Trojans took the third set and looked to close the match out. The junior Gregg set up her teammates all game long, and the nice feed over to senior Mac Ewing, and the senior gets the kill to go. East Central comes through with the victory on senior night, beating Harrison 3-1.
This is Alan True from 24/7 Sports with this week's State Champs Recruit Report. Decatur Central running back Kenny Tracy, a junior who is having an outstanding fall so far, has picked up his first scholarship offer of the process from the Western Michigan Broncos. Many who follow high school football in the state of Indiana will recognize that last name, as his family members Larry Tracy, an Indiana commit, and Tyrone Tracy at Iowa were also outstanding players, but look for Kenny to continue adding new offers and new interests, including the Hoosiers and the Hawkeyes who have been recruiting him. Another of the state's top juniors who continues to add major offers is Avon offensive tackle Blake Fisher, a massive 6'6" prospect. He was offered this week by the Wisconsin Badgers, a school that knows a thing or two about offensive linemen and continues to field interest from around the country. And finally, Noblesville punter Jack Knight has committed to Ball State. Knight has a strong leg and is a 5-star prospect per Cole's kicking, and founder Jamie Cole calls him one of the best combo guys in the entire country. So look for that leg and the ability to both kick and punt to come to Muncie. For this week's State Champs Recruit Report, I'm Alan True.
Be sure to go to our Indiana page at statechampsnetwork.com for exclusive top 25 football rankings, as well as stories and blogs on several sports. Who's the winningest high school football coach in Indiana history? You'll meet him next on State Champs.
I'm not built to walk away.
I'm not built to sit still.
I'm not built to stand aside.
I'm not built to speak softly.
I'm built for one thing.
Fanuc America is the #1 supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation. Our certified automation training prepares students for high-tech careers in advanced manufacturing. Manufacturers use automation to maximize productivity. That's why high-paying careers in advanced automation are in demand today. Our CERT program provides manufacturers and educators a STEM-based curriculum centered on robotics and automation training. Contact Fanuc to learn more about our certified automation training programs.
Back again. You know me. Pepperoni Asiago. Oh, he's so cute. What's his name? Pepperoni Asiago. I just want to eat him up.
Flavor fanatics love us because we invented flavored crust pizza with 100% real mozzarella cheese and fresh dough made daily. Now get meal deals for any budget. Hungry?
Howie's! My passion is architecture. I don't want to sit around passively studying. I need to create. In our architecture studios at Lawrence Tech, we collaborate with students, faculty, and professionals from around the world. And from day one, we design using the same industry standard software that architecture firms use. I really feel like I'm designing my own future here. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Welcome back to State Champs. Larry Bud Wright is a Sheridan man through and through. He was born there, he grew up there, he played college football at Ball State, and after a brief stop elsewhere, he came back to Sheridan, and over 5 decades later, he's still here. Let's go and focus. Bud Wright is Sheridan football.
Okay, that's it.
Since 1966, Coach Wright has led the Black Hawks to 9 state championship titles and 6 undefeated seasons.
Our goal every year is to go undefeated. And if that doesn't happen, then our second goal is to win the state championship.
Going undefeated is an intimidating goal, but perfection is the Black Hawks way.
As a player here at Sheridan, Coach Wright has really talked to us about trying to be perfect in each game, giving the perfect effort.
He constantly pushing perfection, so repetition is the biggest part of that. But he works on continuous hitting.
Coach Wright currently holds the title for the most wins in Indiana football history. There are 3 coaches who have 300 or more wins, but Bud is light years ahead with 416 to date.
You know, we are a small school, and a lot of smaller schools have seen what we've done and what we've been able to accomplish over the years. And now I think a lot of them have strived to become like us in many ways.
You don't stay on a job for 54 years without going through some changes. Coach Wright prides himself on switching up his offense every year to match the personality of his team. But there's another major way that Coach has changed.
He's actually kind of mellowed in the years because I played for him back in '82. It was his way, no way, or you was hitting the streets. I mean, it's his way only. Today, he sets kids down, talk to them.
Bud is now coaching his 3rd generation of players, and he has truly created a legacy that Sheridan is proud of.
When I was younger, I always wanted to play for Coach Wright, and I was hoping he'd stay around for my career in high school. And all my life, I've seen the great teams, and just trying to live up to that legacy that they put down before us is a big thing around here.
1, 2, 3, horse!
For In Focus, I'm Kiera Hay.
Welcome back to the highlights on State Champs!
Let's do this. Girls soccer playoffs, Class 3A, Sectional 12, county rivals going at it. The Cougars of Greenfield Central welcoming in the Marauders of Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's Alexi Hardy had 2 goals in the first meeting, just 3 minutes into the restart. Hardy given a free kick. The senior delivers one to the back of the net. Marauders 1-0. But the Cougars stormed back in the second half. 13 minutes in, junior Rita Agai-Kotz will receive the rock. She steps into one just out of J.C. Wright's hands. Cougars have the deficit. Greenfield Central on the march again. This was a gutty goal. Lucy Brand with a perfectly lobbed ball in the box of the freshman Kelsey McLaughlin avoids the collision, stays with it, and scores. This goal sent us to overtime. We still didn't have a decision after 2 OTs. Time for a shootout. Mount Vernon could end it here. Shay Shipley playing the role of hero. Mount Vernon defeats Greenfield Central in a shootout. They survive and advance.
A beautiful evening for a matchup as the visiting Frankfurt Hot Dogs would challenge the Tigers of Lebanon. In the first half, Lebanon would have the PK. Senior forward Olin Lysing setting up, arcs it just above the Frankfurt wall, and that would be a dime. The Tigers get on the board first and keep the 1-0 lead through the first half. Halfway into the second we go. Frankfurt's Brian Gomez Chavez with a move dishes to teammate Rahilio Angelis, and the big right strike by Angelis would find the net. A tie game at 1-1 all. Frankfurt would not let up after taking the lead in the second half. Yobani Trinato Alanis with the shot from way outside finds some air into the back of the net. Each team would get another goal, but it was too late for the Tigers as Frankfurt defeats Lebanon 4-2, the final.
Now, on to the IHSAA Champions Network Game of the Week presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. The Blackhawks of Sheridan hosting the Comets of Eastern. Sheridan has Eastern clogged up on their own goal line. A bad snap for the Comets, and the QB is swamped by Sheridan D-men getting the safety for 2 points. Bud's Blackhawks up 2-0. But Eastern would bounce back. Senior quarterback Garrett Hetzner hands off to Titus Morissette. The senior hits the paint. Eastern up 7-2. Bud's Hawks went trick-or-treating early this October. Delph with the toss to Burnell. Burnell lays it out to Cameron Hovey, and the sophomore makes the diving catch for the score. Sheridan up 9-7. More from Drake Delph, calling his own number here, and the senior punches it in for the touch. Sheridan brings home the W over Eastern, 16-7, the final.
State Champs will be here all school year long, covering every sport in every season. We have some phenomenal partnership opportunities for companies both large and small. Your supportive community will be self-evident by supporting the way we celebrate the thousands of high school student athletes. State Champs is a positive, family-friendly, competitive, and fun program. We're blowing up on TV, online, and social media, so serve your community by showcasing high school sports in the state of Indiana. Please contact our sales director at the email below or go to our contact page at statechampsnetwork.com. The main event from Warren Central is next on State Champs.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I want a career in robotics and automation, so I chose Lawrence Tech for its first in Michigan robotics engineering program. LTU's brand new STEM complex has a robotics lab where we can design, build, and program robots in a creative atmosphere. And the best thing is, I haven't graduated yet, but I already have a job in my field. I know I made the right choice for my career. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Welcome back to State Champs. We finished with a fantastic matchup on the football field. If Carmel could somehow beat Warren Central, it'd be an upset. If they were going to do it, they would have to do it on defense, but that is a tough road to hoe when facing Jaden George, David Bell, and the rest of the vaunted Central offense. Let's go back to the gridiron for this week's main event. The stage set, the Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference Championship on the line. Class 6A's #1 ranked Warren Central ranked 15th in the country according to USA Today. Big matchup here with 4th ranked Carmel. Warriors coming in a perfect 8-0, averaging 52 points a game. Under center, senior quarterback Jaden George. This is 4th down on the 30. Ball heading into the direction of the 4-star Big Ten recruit David Bell, who does not disappoint. Warriors jump out to the 7-0 lead. CARMEL 6-1. Their only loss this season, a Week 3 defeat to Center Grove. Driving and delivering here, senior quarterback Tyler Trent, a beautiful ball to the junior Christian Williams. Greyhounds added a field goal and led 10-7 after 1. But that lead would not linger. George and Bell on lock. Bell's second TD of the game, and Warren Central led by 7 at the half. Warrior Nation fired up. Warren Central can get it done on the ground as well. 5'7", 190-pound senior running back Ramir Elliott up the gut, 24-10 Warriors. Still in the third, in fact 4 to go in the quarter. Greyhounds trim into the deficit. Zach White ran for 131 yards on 23 carries. CARMEL down 24-17. But the Warrior defense took over from this point. Trent overthrows his intended target. Caleb Carruthers hauls it in, and what does that mean? His turn to own the turnover belt. The headline of the night, George to Bell. George threw for 226 yards. David Bell, 9 catches, 134 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not to be outdone, 118 of Elliott's 174 yards came in the second half. The Warriors of Warren Central are rolling. They defeat CARMEL 41-17, 2018 MIC Conference champs.
Conference championship is always amazing to accomplish. You know, it's good for the community and good for our school, but we have bigger goals ahead. We plan on playing November 23rd down at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Well, all right, that's our show for this week. Let's do it again next week, shall we?
That's right, and we close with some sights and sounds from the week that was in Indiana high school sports.
CHAMPS is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Fanuc America, the leading supplier of robotics, CNCs, and factory automation. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.